Alright, I gotta do a follow-up video right quick. So, apparently, after I talked about these amps making 10K, now all the 10K dudes are out dynoing their amps and trying to see what they can get out of them and all that shit. Alright, so, let me explain something to you right quick. This amp's from China. No, it's not from China or Koreana. No, it's from China. It's a Chinese amplifier. Alright, it's barely rated over 3,500 watts. Yep, at 13 volts. Alright, so this is what I'm trying to tell you. So this really, from China, that's what it's going to be rated in that area. But at 16 volt, the fucker will do 10,000. Yeah. Yep, it sure will. Now, the guys with the great big ass amps that they paid way too much money for, it says Koreana or China-ria, that you paid way too much money for and you're getting stuck in an asshole. Yeah, you're going to test your amp at 1 ohm. Test it at 1 ohm at 13 volts. Alright? Test it at 1 ohm, 13 volts. And then go to 16 volts and check it, or 15.8 and check it at 1 ohm. Not half an ohm, not 3.3, not a quarter. And don't say your amps will live at a quarter, because I've seen more of them motherfuckers blowed up than you can ever imagine. And everybody knows it's true. Them fucking amps will not run at that ohm load. Hell no, no. Won't do it. It'll do it temporarily. Which I said any amp will do that just about. Hell yeah. Yep. A goddamn Surge will do that. A Surge 3K will run half an ohm and lower. And it's from China. Okay, so now think about it. A Surge Audio 3K, supposedly from China, and then their 7Ks from supposedly Koreana. The 7K at the same, let's just say at half an ohm, will make about 7,000 watts. Well, no, wait a minute. Let me take that back. The motherfucker wouldn't even run half an ohm till they fixed it. Alright. The 3Ks, if you're going by the dyno numbers, the 3Ks would make over 6,000 watts. Yeah. At half an ohm and run. And guaranteed to run at half an ohm. And warranted at a half an ohm. And you don't have to buy a warranty. No. It comes with it. So, that's why I said them little 3K Surges, once they got them fixed, they were killer amps. They're better than the 7Ks. Yes, if you buy 2 3Ks, it's going to be more powerful than the 7K. Hands down. And I'm talking about if you run them at both at 1 ohm or you run them at half an ohm, it's going to be stronger, those 2 3Ks, by a lot. Yep. And they're going to be half the size, way less than half the money. Fuck. You can buy almost 4 3K Surges for the price of 1 7K. True story. That's a fact. Now, when I'm talking about these big 10K surfboard ass amps, they look impressive. Yeah, they do. But to be honest with you, it's a goddamn big Trailways bus that don't do nothing. That ain't got no balls. It's just a big old bus. Yeah, you're just carrying around that great big old bus with all that weight and filling up your whole fucking vehicle with it. And you're like, damn, these things are killer, man. Yeah, you wiring them in the dirt at a quarter ohm and 0.33. That they won't live at. No, they won't. No. Guys, if you think I don't know people that's got the shit, I do. And all I ever hear is, I ain't going to show this way at my damn Amson shop. He'll warranty it, though. Well, fuck. What? warranties is great, but it don't do no good when you're at the show and you can't fucking play your music, man. What good's the warranty? It's not worth a shit because you're not playing music. Now, I would much rather have something that would run. Hell yeah, that ain't at the goddamn warranty shop. That you don't have to wire in the damn dirt. These amps don't have to be wired in the dirt. At 1 ohm, they'll do 10K at 16 volt. Right there. A little over 3,500 watt amplifier right there from China. Yeah, on a fucking dyno, man. What you want to prove? You want me to send you one so you'll be embarrassed? What you want me to do? I know the numbers. I know what it does. Yeah, I already know what it does. So, guys, compare apples to apples. This ain't a 10K. I said it does 10K. There's a big difference between, is it a 10K amplifier or does it do 10K? It'll do 10K. Just like that motherfucker right there is rated a certain amount. I'm not going to tell you, but it's going to do a hell of a lot more than it says it does. With them one outputs right there. Well, inputs for the power. Just one right there. Going to do a lot of power. Hell yeah. And that motherfucker right there has got 102 SNR. THD on this motherfucker's .005. This motherfucker right here. With a THD of 102. I mean, a SNR with 102. Old Bruce Lee on steroids. That's the difference, fucking morons. Now go look at your great big ass amps that you bought and look at the fucking SNR. It's going to be shit. The THD is going to be shit. And then when you wire it down lower, it's going to be more shitty. That's why your subs blow all the fucking time, morons. God damn it, I got to give you a fucking electronics course here right quick. So, yeah. These are rated a little over 3,500 watts right here from China. Do 10K at 16 volt all day long at 1 ohm. No, it ain't got to be wired at half an ohm to do that power. No, it'll do it at 1 ohm. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Oh, don't even get me started on that right there. That's a whole different ball game. So let's talk about something else right quick. Because I know what I'm talking about. I own the shit. Let me show you something. I'm going to show you why these people are stupid. Hang on. Hang tight. Alright, now up in there you see, I'm not going to pull it out. It's what I tell them all the time, them chicks. I'm not going to pull it out unless you're going to give it up. Right there that's a tare amps, okay? And you see where it says 2 aught minimum. Now this amp will pull over 1,200 amps of current. Yeah. And you can do math on that if you want to, but it'll pull that at 12 volts. It'll do its power 12,000 at 12 volts. Yeah, 12 volts. Okay? Now, if you give it 16, now this is rated at half an ohm stable, warranted at half an ohm stable. And guess what? It's been fingered by the damn wizard. And the wizard fingering these, they're still under warranty, dumb fucks. Yeah, because he was an authorized tare amps repairman. Yeah, can you believe that shit? Now that amp right there is about 2 feet long. And it'll do more than those big amps. That right there. And you're going to go, but, Baby Gately did, yeah, what was it, 18 volts? I mean, fuck, put this bitch on 18 volts and see what it does. Do it. But what I'm trying to say is it's bang for the buck. You can buy, this ain't but $600, man. And I'll tell you what, damn, Gandalf fingered them for me for $50. $50 a piece. That's not no secret. I'm not giving you any secret. That was, he advertised that he would bulletproof that amp for $50 if you sent them to him brand new. He wasn't going to take no turds and try to do it. He said, if you send me an amp brand new, I'll charge you $50 to do each amp. Where the fuck you going to get that done at? Nowhere. That's why I said you should have been going to Gandalf all along, but no, everybody's stupid. They won't listen. So there you go. For $600 and $50 on top of that, you can make that amp right there do as much all day long as those great big $2,000 and $3,000 amplifiers. That right there. And this amp will live. It's made to run half an ohm. This is a half ohm version. Yeah, it's made to do that. And it's been bulletproof, so I know it'll do it. Guys, you got to fucking pay attention, and you got to do your damn homework. You're getting suckered, guys. I mean, holy shit. All you getting is a big-ass suitcase juice drinker that don't do shit unless you wire it in the dirt. I actually told, I ain't gonna say the name, but I actually told a guy, I said, man, if you want to go to Ruckus and chill, I'll let you take 2 of these amps and put them in your shit. And you take that big turd out. And he's like, nah, I'm sponsored by them. I said, well, who gives a fuck? Put 2 of these in there and run it on them 18s that you got. And you're gonna never put that big suitcase back in that bastard. You'll leave this shit in there. I said, I don't care if you try to burn them up. You're not going to burn them up. I said, just put them out there and play them. That's what kind of guy I am. Guys, I'm gonna tell people, you can take the shit and put it in there and see what it does. Because I don't want you to go waste no more money. You can't even buy on a dealer price, you can't even buy that motherfucker that cheap. No, hell no. No, it ain't happening. Oh, I know about Terror amps. So I got plenty of them. Fuck yeah, there's piles of them over here. Whole bunches of them. There's a whole bunch right there. Bunches of them. I got them here. Yeah. There's amps galore over here. They're all over the place. They're everywhere. There's amps everywhere over here. I even got rock turd. Yeah, got some D's nuts ones. What's in here? I don't know. Precision power. What you want, man? I got it all. So, at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is, guys, you're comparing a 3,500 watt basic. I'm just saying a basic 3,500 watts. Against a rated 10K. But it's pretty bad when a 3,500 watt amp will, and I'm just saying around that number, will do that 10K too. Yeah, for way less money. Hell yeah. I just told you the money. And what you got to do is like what I'm doing in Old Nobody. Put one of them amps per coil on that speaker that you got in your shit, and let's see how tough your subwoofers are. Which everybody's always talking about how badass their subs are. Well, I've done had all them Phis and them fucking Sundowns. I've had the shit, man. You put them 2 amps I'm talking about on them subs in your shit, what I'm running at, and you're going to send your subs to the moon. Yes, because they are not made to run that. No. Hell no. No, you're talking about putting a good 20,000 on that bastard. And I know on music you're going to have impedance rise and all that shit. But at the end of the day, you're going to have burst at times where that summit is going to see 20,000 watts per sub. That's why I'm running a subwoofer that's rated at 11,000 max. It'll take it. It'll take the power. I've been giving it the power way more, and it takes it. Can I make them go flippity flop? Hell yeah. If I turn it up, damn right. But what I'm saying is, if you want all this power that you keep claiming that you want, you can get it from China for cheap. But do what you want to do, man. I've said this a million times, and I keep proving my point, and it's always right. So you just keep on proving, keep dynoing you damn shit. Which I told you, a dyno ain't worth a fuck. But if you want to keep believing that, just do it. All you gotta do is basic Ohm's law. You'll get all the numbers you want to get. You guys take care and have a great day. See you.